Hello everyone, good day. I'm here again. My name is Margaux and I have a channel, youtube.com/Margaux Kamaya. So in today's episode of my vlog, I'll be talking about Philippine history. Not really talking about it, but what are my book recommendations about Philippine history. So this year, I've been doing a lot of online shopping, mostly for books. I discovered Vidal Publishing. They have an online store and their selections of books are fantastic. They're amazing. I'm not kidding. If you're used to going through history back in school, so you have like textbooks. Actually, Vidal comes out with textbooks. That's how I knew them. But through surfing the internet one day, actually last year, I found great books about Philippine history in their online store. It was only this year that I started buying. So if you're from Manila, their shipping cost is actually much lower compared to having it delivered here in Cebu, since this is where I live. But it's worth it. I'm telling you, if you have extra money, if you're interested in reading more about Philippine history, Vidal Publishing is one great option. So I'll go through some of the books that I was able to purchase through Vidal. So first is we have Santo Niño del Cebu, or Santo Niño de Cebu, 1565 to 2015, by Father Pedro G. Galande, OSA, or Order of St. Augustine. So it talks about the history of the Santo Niño image, which is housed in the Basilica del Santo Niño here in Cebu City. Okay. And then we have by Benito J. Legarda Jr., a well-known author and survivor of World War II. So he wrote about his memoirs, Occupation 1942 to 45. Okay. Part of Vidal's 500 in commemoration of the 500 years of Spanish discovery of the Philippines, or rediscovery, or I don't know how we'll label it, but part of that period of time from 1521 to 2021, they came up with a series, the 500 series. I think I forgot how you say it in Spanish, quinceañera or quinceañero. So they came up with a lot of great books. First off is the Boxer Codex. This was originally published, or came out, but not by Vidal, in the 1960s. The primary translator who primarily translated it and annotated it was Carlos Quirino, one of our national artists for historical literature. So in this great volume, we have the original Spanish version and then the English version by Carlos Quirino and Maria Luisa Garcia. Okay. And transcribed and edited by Isaac Donoso. Then we also have Mauro Garcia for the translation and annotation. So Boxer Codex says it's all about what Filipinos looked like during the 1500s, or at the time of the Spanish colonization, or the early part of Spanish colonization. So it writes about the history of the Boxer Codex. Nice thing about this is it has colored illustrations. Okay, I'll show you some plates. Okay, so like this. So great reprinted photos of part of the Boxer Codex. Next is they came up with, Vidal also has this artist series. So we have Fabian de la Rosa and his times. Okay. Talks about Fabian de la Rosa, who influenced a lot of artists, who came after him. Okay. And I think this is the first Filipino known artist, Damian Domingo. I actually bought this in National Bookstore, but I've been eyeing it online. So luckily when I went to National Bookstore, they had a hard copy because I couldn't wait. I actually wrote about Damian Domingo in my blog, thevisualtraveler.net. So the life, art, and times of Damian Domingo. He was known for his Tipos del Paes, or scenes of the country life in the Philippines. So just to show you, because it is an art book. So this is an example of Damian Domingo's work. So you might be familiar with them. Ayala Museum, before they closed down for renovation, they were selling Damian Domingo postcards. That's where I originally got the idea, because the last time I was in Ayala Museum, like a decade ago, I was able to purchase a set of Damian Domingo postcards, and that inspired me to research about him and to write a blog post. Next in the artist series, okay, this one I also like that Vidal did this, because the Damian Domingo hardbound was a little very expensive, but they have a set of other artists that has the same focus or concentration in terms of their research. You have Francisco Coching, and then you also have Isabelo Tampico, and I think you also have Toti Cepeda and Lee Aguinaldo. So, and also of course Francisco Botong Carlos Botong Francisco, or Botong Francisco. So that one is my wish list. They only have a hardbound copy of the Botong Francisco book, but it got sold out, or it's out of stock. So hopefully they'll come up with a new reprints. And another thing that I like about it, because they have a kind of like a beginner version, and a little less expensive. So this one, they have Francisco Coching. Okay, he's like the father of comic books. So he inspired a lot of comic book writers and illustrators. So he was the creator of Pedro Penduko. Okay. Alright, so here there's actually I think there was Ayala Museum last December to January had an exhibition of his works. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to visit Ayala Museum because during my Christmas vacation, I was very ill. So that was a miss on my part. Another is Isabelo Tampico. Okay, he was a contemporary of Juan Luna and Jose Rizal. He went to the same art school, but unfortunately he wasn't really known as part of the Ilustrado network, but he came up with great legacies in terms of sculpture and art. And we also have another Carlos Madrid work, Old Manila. Okay, so it talks about Manila during the Spanish period. So a lot of works, a lot of pictures and illustrations. This one I highly recommend. They still have this in stock. Just get the soft copy. And finally, The World of the Manila Acapulco Galleons, okay, by Edgardo J. Angara and Carlos Madrid. So those are my Vidal online shop finds, and in the future, hopefully, I'll write individual posts about topics that deals with this books, and about the Spanish period, in commemoration of the 500 years that we have with Spain. So I hope you like this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and to inspire me to come up with more vlog episodes about history. Okay? So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you soon.